hello, and welcome to day number 2 of your challenge, Become the Go-To Girl in your industry and be seen as a leader. I am so excited to be here with you today, in day number 2, because today is all about you. And what I mean by that is, in order for us to create our personal brand, in order for us to be able to communicate and share who we actually are, it all needs to start here. It all needs to start with you connecting to who you are, to what is your story, to what makes you and unique, to what makes you different, and to who are you when we take all the labels. So let me ask you, if I take all the labels, and if you are not anymore the mom, the sister, the partner, the friend, the businesswoman, the corporate woman, what is left? What is the essence of who you are, of who you actually are? And I just want to share here very openly, this is possibly one of the most difficult questions that we will have to answer. And I personally, when I asked myself this question 7 years ago, I was staring at a piece of paper for over half an hour, not knowing exactly how to answer that. For me, being stripped off of my labels left me like absolutely not knowing who I was. And one of the things that gets me more excited about the way I work with my clients is really help them and taking them on this journey in which pretty much you're going to reconnect to the essence of who you are. And amazing things happen the more we know ourselves. So I want to start today this challenge with getting you to ask yourself this question. So I want you to make sure you have download your workbook. So I will be adding the link at the top of this page. Remember, this workbook is what is going to help you guide you through all the questions that we're going to be talking about each of the days of the challenge, and you will have spaces to answer. You will be able to have all your answers together. So when in day 10 we come and bring it all together, you're going to be easily referring back to your answers. So on your workbook, you're going to be able to see there that the first question I'm asking you is, who are you? The second one is, I want you to think a little bit about what is your story. I want you to understand that whatever has happened to you in your life, the good and the bad, is all part of your experience, and it makes you the amazing, unique woman you are today. There is no one like you, and there will never be. And for me, understanding that and having been able to appreciate that even the most difficult circumstances that I have lived in my life have led me to the place I am today, and have even helped to develop the packages and the stories and the modules and the most important pieces of my life, of my business. It's amazing. At some point in my life, I was just being the victim who was complaining of why is all this happening to me. Where today, I can see how all the pieces of the puzzle came together to really, I had to live all that. So I had all the learnings I've had, so I can now share all my learnings. So I want you to think of your story. What is it? The positive, the negative, anything. Those things that you know have happened just to you and make you just you. So that is your second question. I will also ask you to start asking yourself, what makes me different? And I don't want you to say, no, nothing is different about me, because you are completely unique. And for example, in my case, I remember it's funny, sometimes we have the difference on top of our head, but we cannot even see it. When I first moved to Australia, it was very obvious that I was very different. My name was different, I looked different, I couldn't speak the language, so obviously I was different. I was an engineer, but I was going back to school, so I was studying with people who were under 20 years old, so I completely was the standing out everywhere, look at me, I'm different, and I hated it. And the reason why I didn't like being different, it was because I was not comfortable within myself, so I didn't want people to notice me. So part of today's challenge is for you to decide that you're going to embrace who you are as a whole, how you look, where you are in life, the experiences you've lived make you you, and that is a gift. So I want you to really look into what is it that makes you different. So for me, for example, was obvious, and straight away just to be able to say in Australia, my name, my accent is totally a difference. And you know, something that I didn't like at the beginning, I have been able to incorporate as part of my brand, and it helps me stand out. And I know that if someone has seen me presenting or has talked to me, they will remember me, because I make sure my differences are completely fused into my brand. So I'm now proudly with my accent, I am proud of being Colombia. I always have been. I always say that to people. I am proud of my experience and my story. So I'm not saying that you have to go and tell your life to people around you, but I want you to start thinking, how can you start infusing a little bit more of that uniqueness and of that story into your life? Because I can tell you and assure you that people will connect to that. We buy from people we like. And when we show that we are human, that we are imperfect, because imperfections are perfect as well, people can connect to us. But even more important than connecting with people, because today it's all about you, I want you to spend this time really going into your heart, really getting into a place in which you love and appreciate who you actually are. And from that place, you stand in a place of power and confidence, saying, I love who I am today. And with who I am today, and my difficulties, and my extra weight, if that is the case, and not feeling 100% confident, I'm gonna embrace it. I'm gonna make the most out of who I am. And it's from that place that we can start creating these brands that are gonna help you stand out. And then after you have asked yourself that, I want you to start thinking, what lights me up? So I want you to go back to your childhood and start thinking, what were you always doing that you absolutely loved? And for example, when I remember the day I decided that I was going to leave my job as an engineer and I was going to start a business. And I remember in panic thinking, what am I going to do? I don't know anything. I don't like anything. Lying. Because since I was a little girl, I was putting on makeup into my family members, my dolls. Everything around me was being dressed and styled by me. The reason I was not so happy at that time is because I thought styling wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. And I can tell you today is not what I do, but that was a starting point for me. And from there, it has evolved. So now styling is a very important element of what I do, but it's not all of it. So I want you to think, what lights you up? What activities did you enjoy doing when you were a kid? And then just really do not disregard them because you think, no, I cannot make a business out of that, or I don't like it enough anymore. I want you to make note of them on your workbook. Because as I said, when you actually pay attention to those things that light you up and that you enjoy when you were doing, that you enjoyed doing when you were a kid, you're gonna start seeing there is a trend, there is some inner abilities. There are things that come to you naturally that don't come naturally to other people. And it's your job then finding a way of putting those elements together. But this is the starting point. So remember, today is all about you. After you watch this video, we love you to sit down for 5, 10 minutes, half an hour, whatever it feels right to you. Answer these questions from the heart. I invite you to leave your brain out of it. I want you to go into your soul and to allow yourself to answer these questions from a perspective that is going to be coming from the soul. Do not judge the answers as right or wrong. Even if the answer is empty, that is fine. What it means is there's some more digging that is needed. So I encourage you to go straight after you watch this video and take some time to answer these questions, to start really reconnecting to who is the person that you are in that essence. And the closer you get to knowing who you are, the easier it's going to be to find your purpose, to find that confidence and to feel so empowered. And from that position is that we're going to start creating and adding all the elements that you need to create your wow-now personal brand and to be the go-to girl in your industry. That is the place from which people will see you as a leader. That is the place from which you are going to be able to inspire many and help many. Because I know that at the core of what we do, all we want to do is help. But the only way you're going to be able to help people is if you stand out and if your clients see you so they can hire you. So sounds important, and as I said, if one of the days important is today. So make sure you go into the Wow Now Revolution group and post your questions or even your realizations. That is the place for you to be able to share with me your questions and your comments and even get inspired by what other people are doing. So just go Wow Now Revolution on Facebook. If you are liking this video, make sure you like it and share it with some of your friends that you think might benefit from it. And also remember to make sure you download your workbook, because this workbook is what is going to help you get the most out of this challenge. So I thank you for being here today. I encourage you to take some time to do one of the most important things that you can do in your life, and that is getting to know you better. So I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you very soon. No, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.